Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to another Sunday night showdown with the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Tonight, the Truck Series is heading north of the border to Ontario, Canada to take on our first road course of the season, Canadian Tire. Last week, we saw Tuck get back-to-back wins to start the season off. This track is going to provide its fair share of challenges tonight with its 12 turns. Who will be able to get it done here tonight? Will it be a new 3 in a row kind of night for Tuck, or can someone else dethrone him and get themselves on the list of Season 7 winners? There's no other track on the schedule like it, and there's no other league out there like this one. It's time to go road course racing, and this is the NEXXTCAR Racing League.
Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made.
Oh, here they come into the trial for the final time here tonight. Looking like we're about to witness another fantastic Talladega finish. Old school outside, D-Blood inside. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. It's D-Blood getting it done.
This is how legends are made.
Oh, here they come through 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight at Michigan. D-Blood's going to slip up a little bit going into 3. That's going to open up the door for Tennessee, who's going to take full advantage. And Tennessee is going to lead them back to the checkered flag here as they battle side by side behind them for second. Here they come through 1 and 2 for the final time this season here in Season 6 of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. The 51 of Topster is going to lead the field back to the checkered flag. The 52 of Tuck is going to finish second in the race, but it's not going to be enough as the number 4 Toyota of Tennessee Titan is going to go back-to-back Truck Series championships here at Phoenix.
This is how legends are made.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR Racing League with the Truck Series heading north of the border to Canadian Tire in Ontario, Canada. And like always here, we are joined by James Iconelli. What is going on, buddy?
Not much about you, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm ready for this race. First road course of the season. We're on race number 3. We have seen our guest host here, Tuck, go back-to-back wins to start this season out. So everyone, welcome Tuck to the booth for his first time up here as a guest host. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going, Ronnie? Thanks for letting me join this with you and James, and hopefully this first heat race is going to be a good show.
Absolutely. I have no doubt it is going to be 8 laps here tonight around this very tricky track, Tuck. So, question for you real quick. What exactly are you going to be looking for here as you are watching these drivers tackle these 12 turns?
I think the biggest thing to be in a road course is be where the break points for everybody's going to be at. So going into that hairpin, I think is going to be a big passing zone. You're going to see a lot of moves be made right through there. And then also go into that last turn. Is there going to be any dive bombs that anybody's going to make, or just going to be how many positions you can make up on this track? There's some places you can make some passes at, so we'll see how it goes in this heat, and hopefully can learn some stuff for the main race.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, like you said, braking zones are going to be huge here tonight, James. We're going to have to make sure, keep an eye on these guys, making sure they're not braking too late. Guys are going to get ran over tonight, just like it was last season at Watkins Glen. So, yeah, that's going to be huge here tonight.
Yeah, it's just like most road courses, honestly.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's just not many people are going to be used to other people's braking points, braking zones, whatever you want to call them. And it's going to lead to some trucks hitting some others and all that. It's bound to happen. Tempers are going to be flaring as well. The people who will be able to know everyone else's braking point, and as well as being able to just staying out of stuff that happens when people are screwing up their braking points, whatever. Being able to stay out of any type of wrecks or situations like that will be huge, because you don't necessarily need to be fast to have a good stay here. You just need to stay consistent, and part of being consistent is just having a consistent braking point and not spinning out.
Absolutely. And last season at Watkins Glen, Tuck, I hate to keep bringing it up, but you were one of those guys that missed that braking zone, and that led to a little bit of a fiasco there between yourself and Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like it's the running meme of the NEXXTCAR Racing League to reflect that. But yeah, so going into that turn 7, kind of gave 10 the bumper for that last stage point. So, or the second place stage point. So I think you're going to see maybe that same aggression at some people this race, but road courses, I think, bring out the aggression of most people. It's a different kind of racing than what we're accustomed to, but we'll see how it goes, though. So looking forward to it all.
Absolutely, yes, sir. 12 turns around this very tricky track. So first road course of the season here. we have got several different style tracks. I mean, we're coming from Darlington last weekend. We had a short track before that in Iowa. So tell us your experience, Tuck. How has it been this season having to adjust now the third race of the season and 3 completely different style tracks?
Well, I mean, like we start off with the Clash of Daytona, but not really counting that as a race. I mean, we got some playoff points involved with that, but yeah, Iowa being a short track, 3/4 of a mile, you kind of plays like a bigger Richmond, so to speak. But yeah, that and then Darlington, two distinct different tracks. They have their technicalities with them both, and then you go into another.
Did y'all,
like
not to
said,
cut you off, did y'all receive the invites?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did. All right, go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we got
Canadian
it.
Tire is going to be a 12 turn road course. So we'll see how it goes tonight. But yeah,
Absolutely, and
three.
we are good to accept those invites.
All right.
But yes, 7 drivers here tonight. Only 6 advanced to the main event. So that these heat races have added a lot of interesting things to these races. You know, unfortunately, not everyone can make the main event. So these drivers, it's only 8 laps here tonight. So these drivers are going to have their hands full if they are going to advance to that main event. So I think we can all kind of speak from experience, James and I more so than you, Tuck. These heat races, especially when you're driving and racing in them, the intensity is just amped up a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, with these heat races, you're trying to make the main, so you're going to bring out all the nonstop. So, but it looks like we got Nick out here in front.
Yeah, and Jay Black, the 88 of James Snow around, and that's going to open up the door right back up for Jay Black, who got messed over in turn number 1 there, and that just opened up the door for him. So now he is in that transfer spot right now, in the final transfer spot, battling the 58 of Built Racing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember if you mentioned this, but only one person is going to be going home in this race. So most of these drivers are going to be making it. Not all will, but obviously still important not to be in a position where Jay Black is and James Snow, especially James Snow, is at.
Absolutely, and Buckstopper got away with one right there, and those quick right-handers. I don't know if you saw that on that second one, but my man definitely cut the corner on that one. I'm kind of surprised the game did not give him a stop-and-go penalty.
Yeah, and I feel like we're going to see a lot of that happen, especially since the road course. I don't know how long people have practiced for. Like, there's probably some people who practice a lot, some people who didn't practice much, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, as James Snow just bodies Jay Black out the
Oh,
way.
and Built Racing hard into the pit road wall. And that opens up the door for James Snow to now advance.
It's going to be tough for Built to come back and try to get back into this thing, but I think we're going to stay green here.
Yeah, no, they have changed their policy this week for cautions. It is going to take 3 or more trucks completely stopped on the track to bring it out. So, you know, the NEXXTCAR officials, they knew a lot of guys were going to be wrecking here tonight, especially with this being such a tricky road course.
Yeah, Jay Black just went off course, but I think he'll be fine because, you know, what happened with Built. But right now, Nick and Baked Tater are just, like, pulling away from the field. They are riding comfortably.
Yeah, they are not throwing any shade on Baked Tater, but the guy hasn't shown a lot of speed this season. But my man is out here keeping pace with Nick, your current leader right now this heat race.
And Built just passed Jay Black.
We got Built Racing back in it, just passed Jay Black for that final transfer spot.
Jay Black wrecked. I don't know what turn that would be. I'm not familiar with all the turns and what the number that correlates to him. But Jay Black went around, hit a wall, and Built's now past him. But Jay Black is still there.
Oh, and Bilt's going to go back around.
Oh, no.
Oh, they take each other out.
Oh, no. Hey, boys, let's not do
This
this.
is John Hunter Nemechek.
Is the
Cole
caution
Custer
out?
Part
Because
2.
neither one of these guys... No, it's still green. Neither
No,
one of
it's
these
going.
guys were accelerating. But now Jay Black's above the cutoff line.
That was pretty interesting. I'm sure Jay Black's not happy with that whole excursion. Obviously, he wrecked himself, and then that happened with him and Bill. It just probably doesn't, sit with him well. But, I mean, it is what it is at this point, right?
Absolutely. And then Bill goes back off the track. He's going to keep it going straight, but now that allows Jay Black to build that little gap between them.
Yeah,
Jay Black. Oh, we got some trouble in the hairpin. Looks like Buck's off course, getting right back on.
I can guarantee you, he probably tried to cut that corner again in the game this time, said, no, no, no.
Made him spin around. Maybe not, though.
But you are not wrong. You mentioned it, Dale. Nick and Tater are pulling away.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm not completely sure how great Nick is at Canadian Tire, but last season we saw him at the Charlotte Roval and we even walked his line. He was doing pretty well. You didn't see him because you weren't there for it, Ronnie, but he did pretty well at both road course races. So you can't really count him out when it comes to races like this. But as a result, to me, it's honestly no surprise that he's doing well in the heat race.
Yeah, and, it's kind of interesting to watch the battle right now for that final transfer spot between Bilt and Jay Black. Jay Black messes up in a corner. Bilt Racing follows them right off the track, so they're pretty dead even right now. But Jay Black's still holding on to that slim margin, and Bilt Racing way off the track. He goes into turn 4.
Yeah, if I'm Jay Black right now, Bill is, making a lot of mistakes. Just calm down. You have a very big gap. Don't do any risk. Brake earlier if you have to. Just so you can assure yourself that you're going to make the corner and not go off course or spin out. If you do that, you'll be fine. Because Bill has to be the one that has to be aggressive to catch you. And that's where most of the mistakes are going to come from.
And that's what Jay Black needs to have in his mindset. I mean, he doesn't need to catch the guy in front of him. All he needs to do is just hit his marks, and if he does that, he will be ahead of Bilt by the end of this thing and be in the show. So, Jay Black looks like he's got a good, comfortable lead. So as long as he just stays right where he's at, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, and not only that though, but Buckstopper's actually not that far in front of him. Buckstopper's made a little bit of mistakes. Like you say, he doesn't need to pass him. But just being close to that one other truck, if he can somehow get around him, that just gives him even more of a cushion.
And that's the thing these guys need to understand, that they're in the show. I mean, they're all locked in right now. They don't need to. Granted, they can want to make some passes and learn for the main heat, but don't take each other out.
James Snow might not be.
Snow is not being nice to that 7 truck right now. He just pulled a tuck on Tater and moved that 7 truck out of the way.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate.
I taught James well. James saw his opportunity and took it. I mean, look at that 88 truck going. He's pulling away from him.
Dude, you are not lying. James Snow right now is putting together a pretty solid heat race, if I'm not mistaken. He's currently in the 3rd position right now.
He is a man on a mission. Look at that 88 truck go.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, too, I don't know if you guys saw behind him, but there's Jay Black. Jay Black is not that far behind him. And obviously, he's in that last spot. But if these guys keep on making mistakes and he just, doesn't make mistakes, he'll just be sitting even more comfortably. And honestly, he might be even faster than them. I have no idea, but...
The problem is, Bilt Racing cannot see the drivers in front of him. As he goes back into the wall.
Bilt just wrecked on the wall, yep.
That's his issue.
Yeah.
You can't see anyone in those advanced positions in front of him.
Yeah, I don't know how much he practices, but he may, if he practiced a lot, then I don't know. If he barely practiced, then he probably should have practiced a little bit, because what's really killing him is the amount of mistakes he is doing. And like I said before the heat race even started, you do not need to have a great race truck in order to have a good point stay. As long as he just minimizes mistakes, he'll be fine. But he's obviously not been doing that, and it's costing him.
And as we're saying, Buckstopper's closing back in on James. James shut the door on him on going through the hairpin, so that was a big block by James that he put on Buck.
Yeah, he did. And here comes
Yeah,
Jay
he got
Black
out
in that
Sheepdog.
38.
Yeah, I didn't realize Buckstopper got around Sheepdog because obviously the 88 and 7 were battling before, but yeah, those two got. I just wonder how fast or slow even the Sheepdog and James Snow might be for Buckstopper and Jay Black, who are both far behind them to have caught up.
And that's the thing. These like I've mentioned. Sheep saved it.
Sheepdog?
I think he's good. He's still.
Nope,
going.
he's
Oh,
spun it.
Buckstopper's
Buckstopper's around.
No.
They get it going.
Oh, Buckstopper's back in the wall.
And here comes
There's Bill.
Bill.
Oh boy, I don't know how many laps to go there
How many
are,
laps
but
are left in this heat?
Bill is back in this thing. Man, we were counting him out, but no, he's right almost back to the back bumper of Buckstopper. We got ourselves a race here, boys.
yep.
They're
And now if
coming
I'm
to the
Bill-
white flag of the heat race.
Oh, so this is due to go then.
Yeah, there's about a lap and a half left, and we have got ourselves a battle now for that transfer spot just when it looked like Bill was on his way to packing up the truck and heading to the hauler. He is possibly right back in the main event.
Yeah.
And
Now
if-
if I'm, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just saying, if you're Buckstock right now, like all you gotta do is just look out in front of you. Don't even worry about that 58 truck. Just focus on
Whoa.
hitting your marks. As you see Bill, Bill gets loose off the hairpin. Oh, he's still trying to save it.
Yeah, he hopped
yeah,
the
that-
curb there, and that's about the last thing you want to do right there.
Yeah. And if I'm Bill, the thing, like, Buckstopper has been making a lot of mistakes here. That's why he's where he's at.
Mhm.
Buckstopper's fast, but he's made some mistakes. If Bill could just minimize the mistakes that he's made at least early on in this race,
Oh, he's going to cut
and
the
even
corner.
kind of now, and like if he's able to do that, he'll have a decent shot. He has to push it a little bit because there's no guarantee Buckstopper will make so many mistakes in this final lap. But maybe the pressure will get to Buckstopper. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, if
Buckstopper really wide. Built, driving it in deep. He's right there. This is the last lap.
Yeah, Bilt's catching in on him and going through this. Oh, Buckstopper's they both go wide through
Especially
turn two.
Bill, though. That does not help him. Not as badly, but doesn't help.
Not able to
he
get that
just-
truck to rotate. Oh, he's into the wall.
Oh,
Oh, he
Bill's
loses
back.
it. He
And
spun it.
And now if you're Buck, just stay calm. Just hit your mark. Just get this thing back to the finish. You know you're in the show.
Yes, sir. But it's going to
Exactly.
be Nick in the 3 truck getting the heat win and securing his advancement now. It all just comes down to Buckstopper. Can he continue to run smooth, or is he going to open up that door once again for Bill?
This is completely off topic, but I just noticed Buckstopper does have a little bit of a paint scheme. It's usually just green and black, and now there's some silver or gray stripe. I kind of dig it. Not gonna lie. I kind of
Yeah,
dig
get
it.
a little more creative there.
Yes.
Looking good.
Yes, sir.
This creative scheme's looking pretty good. So we're gonna see Buckstopper hopefully make the main coming off the final turn here.
Yes, sir. He's gonna get into the wall though. He spins it. What are you doing? Here comes Bill.
Oh no,
Buckstopper's still against the wall. Here comes Bill. Bill spins it. What is happening? Buckstopper's gonna advance to the main. What just happened?
That's such a good question.
Ronnie, this calls for an unbelievable.
You are not lying.
I mean, we just had 2 accidents. One was gifted, the other one he gifted it right back. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Buckstopper. I tell you what.
What just happened?
That's I don't know. Like Buckstopper just spins it off the final corner. He didn't even need to. Like he could have just taken it super
He had
cautiously.
multi-second lead.
He was fine.
Exactly.
He did not need to press
No.
himself, but that's how
Exactly.
he got that done. That's a first for here on NEXXTCAR on the Truck Series live on Ronnie's Twitch and Facebook and YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's weird. Like he obviously spun it. He didn't need to like push as hard as he did. But even Bill, he comes and it's like he pushed it way harder because he knew Buckstopper just got it going. I think he would have been fine either way, and he just spins it out as a result.
I'm guessing Bill was probably startled seeing that he was right there. He probably had no idea that he had spun, and once he saw him, he tried to probably press itself and and just whipped it right around. But no, that was probably the most entertaining heat race you're going to see all season.
You are not
That
wrong.
could be.
So, what did you learn from watching this heat race that you could use to give yourself an advantage and try to go 3 in a row here tonight?
Well, I'd say one thing that I learned is that Nick's going to be tough to beat tonight. That he had that truck on rails, but another thing is going to be getting off that last turn. Like we just saw Buck spin out. We've seen multiple people have problems off that. So I feel like if you can manage your tires and your throttle through that last turn, you're going to be set and home free.
You'll have to watch it. Yeah, no, definitely an incredible heat race. There is no doubt about it. But yeah, like you said, Nick is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on here tonight. And I think another big surprise that we might see, I know, a lot of the big names wasn't in this heat race, obviously, but Baked Tater showed that he had that speed as well. He did make a couple mistakes, which allowed Nick to pull away, but he showed that, hey, I can hang with Nick. I can hang with some of these other guys here.
I feel like that number 20 truck of Tuck has lit a fire underneath Baked Tater. I mean, he's been taken out multiple times the last 2 weeks, so maybe that's what's got him going. So, but you're right. Baked Tater has been on it.
Absolutely.
He is most definitely going to be someone to watch. I mean, like you said, like he was very impressive. Aside from his few mistakes, very impressive. I mean, and I mentioned it, I felt like Nick is one of the better road course racers in this league, and Tater was able to hang with him. I'm just saying to everyone in the league, might want to take a little bit of notes with that. Take that as what you will, but just saying.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop on out of here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck tonight. Who knows? We could be talking to you from Victory Lane once again here.
Yeah, hopefully if I'm in the lead, I'm taking that last turn easy. We'll see. I am not spinning that out.
Yeah.
So I'll enjoy the show, guys.
Absolutely, buddy. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right, James. What an incredible heat race we just saw. And that was only 8 laps to make the main event.
I'm still kind of in shock about it. It was just a lot of stuff that happened as a result of mistakes. But obviously, it was very entertaining for us because you have Buckstopper who spins out. And then, oh my gosh, Bill might actually do it. And then Bill comes off the final corner and then he spins out. It's like, oh, bro, I don't know. But either way, I think this heat race, I'm hoping this heat race is a sign to come that the racing here is going to be a little bit action-packed because we saw some battling in the heat race anyways. I think this race is going to be a little bit action-packed as well as a lot of very, I wouldn't say interesting moments, but moments that will make some people just would be like super surprised, like that final turn.
Oh, absolutely. This was a big learning opportunity for a lot of these guys here in the main event, especially like you just said, that last turn we just saw. It was the make or break turn pretty much, whether the guys made the main event or they missed it. But yeah, I mean, like Tuck said, the biggest thing these guys are going to have to worry about is the breaking points. Watkins Glen, we saw it, boiled into a much bigger thing than it should have been. But we saw just how important it is with these breaking points to not run the guy over in front of you.
Yeah, breaking points, like, it's always kind of a guessing game at first where someone's breaking points are going to be. So in the beginning, at least how I would do it, would be just, take it easy. And especially if there's people in front of you. There's no one in front of you, obviously. There's no reason to be, but just take it easy a little bit. Get a feel for where everyone's breaking points at, and then be able to adjust how you're gonna break into the corners accordingly. But because if you don't see if you don't know where people are going to be braking at, you don't know if someone's going to be braking at earlier or later than you, then that just might end up in a crash. And that's obviously something no one wants to see. And with the fact that cautions are going to be even a little, I want to say stricter, but not looser either. You need 3 trucks for cautions now. You only wreck you and someone else. That person's going to be upset at you, and there's going to be no caution to help reset you guys. So yeah, braking points are going to be really, really important.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But we are going to step away here for a quick intermission between the heat race and the main event. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back to bring you more pre-race here of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR pre-race show here on the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Getting in here for our pre-race interviews with 2 of our drivers who have been putting together very solid seasons here so far throughout these 2 first races of the season. The first one we're going to talk to is Gordon, the driver of that number 1 truck. Gordon, you got us, buddy?
Yes, I do.
All right, my man. I talked to you in pre-season between season 6 and 7, and you told me personally that this season you were coming for that trophy. Well, you know what? You are currently sitting 4th in the points, and you are showing that you are not wrong.
I'm just going out trying to run my best, and tonight I might be in another back to the pack tonight because I'm not very good at road courses, but I'm just going to try and keep it on the track and see what happens. But I'm just having a great season this year so far.
Yes, sir, you have. So, question for you. So, obviously, this is the 3rd race of the season, but this is the 3rd different style track that we have been to this season. How different or difficult has it been to kind of set your truck up for these 3 different style tracks?
Basically, just practice. I practice them and try to get the truck the way I like it, how it feels, and I just go out and do my best.
Yes, sir. Well, you're definitely showing us your best this season. Good luck. You know, you say you ain't the greatest at road course racing, but you know what? Road course racing is all about survivability. So you just got to go out there, survive, and who knows? You could be winning this thing.
That would be nice, but I'm just hoping for a top 10 and keep it in not going a lap down. That's my goal tonight.
I hear on that one, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. And moving on to a returning veteran of the NEXXTCAR Racing League, Keystone Cowboy. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much.
All right, man. Last season, you made your return up here in the booth. You made the decision to return to the driver's seat. Take us through your first 2 races of this season and how they have been for you.
Well, Iowa was good. I mean, I finished, top 5 in both stages, and then I literally had a Clint Boyer moment where I just lost it and spun out on my own for no reason whatsoever. Finished 11th. Darlington, I think I was going to have another top 5, but I ended up getting contact. I just got a little bit loose, pegged the wall, caught somebody else, and I can't remember. I think I finished 6th or 7th or something. I don't remember, but definitely been a promising season for the first 2 races. Definitely in the top during the stages, which is great. But I'm really looking forward to tonight. I love Canadian Tire. I've been begging Nick for seasons to put this back in the schedule, and well, they finally listened.
Absolutely, yes, sir. So, yeah, you mentioned it. Stage points are key. You're currently sitting 3rd in the standings. So, what is it going to take for you tonight here to dethrone Tuck, who has won the first 2 points-paying races of the season?
Well, I don't want to say it's going to be a Cole Custer, John Hunter Neiman check, even though that I think would be an exciting finish. I hope it don't come to nothing like that, but just hitting the marks. It's like y'all were talking about, during the heat race, just hitting your marks on the braking zones, making sure you don't take anybody else out, but you also got to be mindful of that mirror to make sure nobody else takes you out as well. To say, if your braking zone's a little bit sooner than somebody else that's behind you. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be, a hands-down dogfight tonight. I mean, Canadian Tire, it's a fun track for me. I love it. There's definitely a lot of places where you can slip up and make mistakes, as we've seen in the heat race. So it's just keep your truck clean, don't make no enemies, and have fun.
Absolutely, yes, sir. It is all about survivability here tonight.
And
but
don't Austin Powers your truck coming off pit road.
Hey, now, why you got to throw me out there like that, huh?
No, I've done that before, too.
But all right, buddy. Well, good luck, and who knows, you could be driving your way to victory lane here tonight.
Nah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yes, sir. But, James, we just heard from 2 of our drivers currently sitting 3rd and 4th in the point standings right now. Gordon said he's not that good at this track. Well, then you had the complete opposite from Keystone, who said he loves this track and has been looking forward to it. So, 2 different guys sitting right next to each other in the standings, but 2 different outlooks on tonight's race.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I think it's a great time for Gordon for what he said, because I was talking to him at Keystone before the race, and Gordon had less confidence than what he had here, or than what he had in the pre-race interview. So I think his confidence is going up. And honestly, I do think Gordon will, even though he doesn't think he might be able to contend, that might be the case. Like Keystone has mentioned, is all about survivability, so just being able to minimize those mistakes. I think Gordon doesn't really much make that many mistakes, if I'm not mistaken, so I think he'll be fine in that department. But yeah, Keystone is going to be someone I am very interested to be looking at when it comes to this, because obviously he was looking forward to Nick finally putting this race on the schedule, which I'm pretty sure you're the one to put this on the schedule since you made trucks. But yeah, I do completely opposite, but I do think I don't know. I think I'm just blabbering on in general, but yeah, I'm just honestly excited to see this thing get going, and see whether Keystone's confidence is gonna help him win this race or something else.
Absolutely, yes, sir. 64 laps here tonight around this tricky 12-turn track, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. But let's go ahead. Let's meet your 22 drivers who have started this season out with the hopes and dreams of winning that NEXXTCAR Truck Series Championship trophy at the end of this thing. We're still 20 races away. But let's go ahead and let's meet your 22 drivers.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
I don't care what they all say. That's right, I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah, I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah, one day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know we're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. That's the mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
Alright, James, this is the third race of the season here in Season 7, and this is the completely third different style track that we have been to all season long. But when it comes to the points, I think I'm very shocked with that, honestly, when you look at them, because you've got some of the guys who were at the top of their game last season. Now they're kind of struggling right now. They find themselves kind of more mid-pack here heading into the third race of the season.
Yeah, and like, as you guys have probably seen, 10, he's 5th. I mean, he not only won the championship, but he also won the regular season championship, so he's been consistent. And to see him 5th and have Tuck, who's extremely fast, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to discredit him at all first, but seeing 10 just being 5th is just kind of weird. But obviously you have Pierce, who's 2nd. I mean, he was 2nd in championship standings. He's back where he's at. Keystone was always fast and consistent. Obviously not returning. He's back in 3rd where he's at. Gordon, I think, is having a better start than he thought he would have. Mm-hmm. They have people like Blake, 6th. He's fast. Like, he really is fast. I think it'll take him a little bit more to get him back in this groove, maybe contend for wins. And then I'm just, honestly, the most surprising thing for me is Evo being in 8th. Like, I know he's taking a little bit of time to get back into trucks as well, but after what we saw at Iowa, in the heat race at least, I thought he was going to perform a little better in Iowa. And then Darlington, he was there somewhat, but at the same time, it was, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone I'm definitely going to keep an eye on right now, and obviously he's making his return tonight, but that is Nick. You know, Nick is currently way down in the 17th spot in the playoffs. So it's going to be very interesting to watch him work his way into playoff contention and then eventually to try to get inside the top 10 to where he doesn't have to do these heat races like we just saw him have to do tonight. You know, and then we got some other guys down there as well. Jay Black. Towards the end of last season, James, Jay Black was getting into his rhythm. We saw him finishing better, getting more speed as the season went along. But right now, we just saw him qualify for the main event. But he has not had the start to this season that he is definitely hoping for.
Yeah, and part of it is bad luck, right? You can't really control bad luck. So, well, where he's looking in the standings doesn't really tell the complete story. He is faster than where he is at. It's just a mixture of bad luck and other stuff happening just really has costed him. I think when everything starts shaping out, because Jay Black, like he started getting better at the season as we got towards the end of the season last season, but he is somewhat picked up where he left off and still I feel like continuing to get better and better. So I'm hoping this race he can definitely pick it back up, hopefully make up a few spots, and yeah, hopefully you just get better for him.
Absolutely. And, you mentioned bad luck for Jay Black. Well, the man could not get any sort of luck besides bad luck at Iowa. Every caution, that man just seemed to be right in the middle of it. And none of it his own doing. So, yeah, that definitely most hurt him quite a bit. But another name I want to throw out is Buckstopper. We just saw him barely squeak into the main event, coming out of turn 12 and spinning it. Well, then you look at the point standings. Had he have finished better than Ryuku last week at Darlington, James, we're talking a completely different story here. Buckstopper would not have needed the race in the heat race. Well, because he did not make the finish better than Ryuku, he found himself in this heat race.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but at the end of the day, it's just how this point system is, how this format is. You gotta race how the format is and do the best you can and try to avoid situations like this. I mean, yeah, it sucks for Buckstopper, but on the when you look at the other side of stuff, Ryuku got that better finish, so he was able to lock himself in. So maybe if he didn't do that, maybe he would have been the one who would have been eliminated from racing here at Canadian Tire. Who knows?
Absolutely, yes, sir. But yeah, they have finished qualifying here. We're waiting to get the invites to join the main event. But if the main event, James, is anything like we saw in that heat race, we are in for one hell of a race here tonight.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I just got the invite, by the way.
Copy.
But I'm looking at the qualifying standings right now. Top two, honestly, are two people that I'm not surprised to be in the first two spots. First person who qualified pole was 10. He's obviously very great at road courses.
And
then you have Nick. Then you have Nick, who's qualifying on the outside row. And, I mean, honestly, this might be one of Nick's chances to win in this regular season.
Oh, for sure. It most definitely could be. I mean, the biggest thing with road courses is you don't know who's going to be good and who's going to struggle. I mean, obviously, yeah, we know Tennessee's good. We know he loves Watkins Glen. But when it comes to some of these other guys, I mean, like I said in the heat race, not throwing any shade at Tater whatsoever. The guy struggled at Darlington last week, but he came out here and he was holding his own with Nick there for quite some time in that heat race. So you don't know who's going to be good and who's not going to be. Like you said, Tennessee and Nick making up that front row, and green flag is out here north of the border at Canadian Tire.
And not only that, though, but like there's a lot of new guys here. So and as a result, these guys are not going to know who's breaking points and which tendencies he'll have in road courses. So it'll just make it that much worse.
Yes, sir. Built Racing. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. That sucks with that heat race, man. As you see Tennessee and Nick both going off the track, and Evo taking full advantage into the lead.
Is there a wreck? There might be a wreck behind him. I know there was a lot of people went through the grass. So I don't think that was the case, but
we're getting word. No caution.
There was no wreck. It looked like there was going to be a wreck, but there wasn't a wreck. So
Jay Black, Ryuku, and is that Buckstopper 3 wide?
That was Tuck because he's the 20 car. Or 20 truck. Oh my gosh. And Buckstopper is all the way at near the end of the field, if I'm not mistaken here.
No, it was a red car that I saw go 3 wide. Oh, it's Baked Tater. Baked Tater and James Snow just about make contact heading into turn number 10.
And Keystone just went off the grass, nearly lost it. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
we are going to
gosh,
have
this is-
action all the way around this track here tonight. It's the 7 of Sheepdog is going to go into the wall hard. He's going to get it saved, but that is going to cost him several positions here as now they head into lap number 2 down this long front stretch.
Yeah, James Snow borderline cut a corner and just slammed into Pierce and ended up taking that position as a result. As Nick, we have a battle for the lead between Evo and Nick.
Contact made between Nick and Evo, and here comes Tennessee. And then here comes the 68 of Eastwood trying to join in as we got several trucks off the track out back.
Several trucks off the track. Who would have guessed?
And that's exactly why the cautions were reworked here tonight. But the front 4 are pulling away.
Uh-oh. Topster went off the grass, and Sheepdog just gave a little bit of a pack to Buckstopper, but everything seems to be okay with them for the moment.
Tuck trying to make his way around that 88 of James Snow, and he is, and now J Black's going to try and follow suit. You know, this is a road course, but you get a nice little draft here, James, down that front stretch, and then this long, I guess the back stretch you could call it, heading into turn number 10.
Oh, yeah, which is why, I mean, obviously we never necessarily talked about how you should set up your truck, and honestly, I'm not an expert at it, I don't think you are either, but you do want somewhat of a focus for both being able to accelerate.
Nick's around on the front stretch, sitting sideways at the start-finish line. He was just battling for the lead, and now he's got himself spun around trying to get it going here. He has gone from second to the back.
Yeah, man. I don't know if 10 passed him beforehand, but 10 is the leader. Evo's following suit.
And Nick's still struggling heading down the first hill into turn number 4. You know, and that's something these drivers are really going to have to keep an eye on here, James. At the top of these hills, coming down, your truck gets so loose and sideways.
Yeah, as long as you are able to keep it fully on the ground, I think everything will be fine.
Oh.
But it's going to be a challenge for sure.
James Snow finding himself right now in the 4th position as we have got a side-by-side battle now up here with Eastwood and the 23.
I do not think they are, I don't think he's 4th.
No, my bad,
I want to say he's 6th.
Because Eastwood was just with the leader, so something happened with him.
Well, he is, actually him and Pierce, I think, are battling right now.
Yeah,
so
they're
Eastwood's
side-by-side
just a
with
little
23.
slower. Yeah, he's a little slower than the leaders, as Pierce is trying to get around him, and Keystone's right behind him, so, I mean, makes sense.
Eastwood's going to give Pierce a little bump there heading into 1. And the caution flies for the first time here tonight. What happened?
I don't know. I wonder if it's with J Black, Sheepdog, Buckstopper would be all the way in the back. I don't know. As I'm pretty sure Ryan is getting word from race control.
Yeah, we're getting word. No one seems to know what exactly brought out the caution, so that's always a good way to, go about it.
Either that or someone's not speaking up.
And that very well could be.
Happen. That could very well be true. But at the same time, though, it's not the first time a random caution has appeared out of nowhere when I've been commentating before, so who knows? Oh, we got some strategies out here.
Yeah, we do. This is kind of turning into a little bit of a fuel strategy race. Like you just said, starting already with Tuck and Nick.
And
Topster.
Yeah, Nick didn't pit at all. Tuck and Topster, on the other hand, I think pitted, probably just for gas. I don't think it'll just be for 2 tires. But, yeah, these two back out in front. Or Nick's back out in front, I should say.
Absolutely. And now Tennessee finds himself here in traffic along with Evo. So Evo driving a really good-looking 83 truck here tonight.
Yes, sir. Oh, Topster's around.
Yeah, he is.
Or about.
Tuck! The 20!
There goes Tuck.
The 20 of Tuck just came out of nowhere and just about took out the field as we got Topster stuck out back as well.
He is. I don't know if
they're still not rolling.
Yeah, Topester's not moving. Now he's able to get it going.
I think he had a
know.
penalty. They
Yeah.
must have got him for cutting the corner.
Yeah.
You hate to see that, especially because it did as the 88 of James Snow completely misses the turn. Completely missing turn 10.
So one thing I do want to point out with this caution, this was just put these drivers who's pitted. I only say that because Nick did not pit. This put these drivers right on their numbers when it comes to fuel mileage. So Nick, unless there's a lot more cautions that will come out, we'll probably still have to pit one more time for gas. Everyone else, if they just save enough, we'll be good to go for the rest of the stage. As I think Gordon just went on the grass. Tuck also did as well as Nick. Or I think that's Nick.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Well, I gotta take care of something real quick, James. So I'm gonna let you make the call here for a minute.
Oh boy, this is about to be interesting. We are gonna party. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know where Ronnie has when it comes to the camera settings, but we do have a battle for the lead as 10 and Evo have caught up to Nick, who is coming out of that final corner to take what I'm pretty sure is going to be 12 to go. 10, obviously on newer tires, will probably be able to make this pass when he gets the chance work, as Nick overdrives the corner a little bit, but right now he's still keeping it front. 10, on the other hand, just overshoots the second corner by a little bit. Able to keep in front of Evo, but he just lost a decent amount of time to Nick, who is starting to pull away a teeny bit. And is also allowing Keystone to catch up, who's in fourth. Obviously not much happening in the back. There is not many battles happening. But obviously still a little bit of action. Not that much. But either way, though, this battle for the lead obviously went cold for a little bit, but it's starting to catch up on fire a teeny bit. 10 still trying to run down the 3 of Nick. Evo right behind him, and Keystone looking to take away third place from Evo, as Nick hit the grass a little bit going into the corner. Nothing to really much affect them all that much, but 10 is right there going into that final corner. As we come to, I'm pretty sure, 11 to go, and 10 might be there, not quite.
Yes, sir, but we have got it heating up like you just were talking about, James. I was listening. Good job on the call, buddy. But Nick still holding Tennessee at bay, as you see Nick hitting the wall on the inside, and Tennessee, big save at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, he like jumped the curb at least on my end or something,
Yes,
but
sir.
he's right there. And Nick in the grass, holy cow.
But how about Keystone? We talked to him in pre-race, James. He sounded confident. Well, here he is, riding around in fourth behind Evo.
Oh yeah, and I honestly feel like he has a little bit of a better truck than Evo too, so I think at some point he'll be able to get around him. But these trucks are somewhat kind of even, as Ryuka nearly just overshot the hairpin corner, as some other people might be doing as well. Oh, Gordon's around.
Gordon
I don't know what
into
happened.
one.
Yeah, Topster passed him. I mean, Topster was far back because of the penalty, but yeah. So from what I've noticed is that 10 right here in these last few corners makes up a good amount of time on Nick.
Oh, Nick!
And Nick's in the grass.
Saves it, though. I thought for sure when he got on those rumble strips, I thought for sure it was going to throw his truck sideways. But that pit road wall definitely saves him, as he's going to overdrive turn 1.
Yeah.
Watch out, Evo.
Like I was saying, it just seemed like he was losing a lot of time to 10 in the last few corners, because that's where 10 was just get right to his back bumper. But obviously it doesn't completely matter right now since 10 is not around him.
Yeah, now Nick has got his mirror full of Evo, and Evo's got a mirror full of Keystone. The front four pulling away from the rest of the field, but that is Eastwood, and that 68 is... Keystone's not going to get a penalty. That was very close to cutting the corner.
I mean, he cut the corner, but I think he ended up letting off a little bit because it almost looked like he was about to pass Evo. But I think he didn't want to do it like that, so he just let off. Good amount of sportsmanship, if that's really the case, if I'm being honest.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, Pierce and Eastwood currently battling right now for that 5th position. And then they got quite a bit of a gap back to Ryuku. And then behind Ryuku, you can't see anybody.
Yeah, there's not many battles here, but there are a few as...
Tuck is off into the grass heading into turn 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of grass. I mean, he mentioned it. He didn't practice really much at all. So it's not a complete surprise. Like, if there's any tracks you want to practice at, it's road courses, honestly, especially if you barely have ever raced there.
Absolutely.
But I mean...
Nope, go ahead. My bad.
But I mean, since he's a points leader, there's 1 or 2 races already, I guess he can do whatever he wants, you know?
Absolutely. That's actually what I was about to mention was, I think he's in that mindset of, you know what, I won the first 2 races. I can afford to not do well here tonight.
Uh-oh. Ooh, we had Buckstopper and James Snow just hit each other after Buckstopper went in the grass. Jay Black also followed him in the grass, but...
And they're still making contact heading into the downhill.
This is very interesting.
Slow down,
very
James. He's gonna get her slowed down. Buckstopper gives him the bumper.
Man, that's pretty close. That might honestly be more of James Snow kind of cutting Buckstopper off a teammate.
100%.
I'd probably lean more towards that.
Yeah, Buck was there because, you know, James Snow overshot that turn. And then Buckstopper was there. He was underneath him on the right-hand side heading into that second right-hander. And then, yeah, James Snow just did not give him any room. Who is that way off the track? Is that Nick? No, Sheepdog. No, not Sheepdog. Yeah, it was Nick. Nick way off the track there heading through turn 4. He's falling back to 4th now behind Keystone.
Yeah, but I mean, 10 is honestly on a mission, if I'm being honest. It really does seem like he's on a mission.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned, James, when we were talking about the points, Tennessee has a lot of work cut out for him. You know, not getting the best of finishes here to start the first 2 races off on the season. So he's got to start putting together some good races here. I know he's 5th in the points, but per Tennessee status, that is terrible for him. So
yeah, and
it's time for him to actually put some good races together, and hopefully his equipment can make it, because that's what's kind of been hurting him.
Yeah, that has most definitely not helped, but I'm pretty sure, because he is one of the best, at least, if not the best, at road courses in the Truck Series. So I'm sure when he saw this track, where it's at position-wise, as he, went off the track a little bit. But I'm pretty sure he's looking at this track right now as to pretty much give him momentum heading to the races afterwards, because, again, very good road course racer, and he knows for sure that he can get it done here as he's off track again. Okay, let me stop complimenting this guy.
Yeah, no, I will definitely take full responsibility for Tennessee just damn near wrecking through the bus stop there. I was asking how many laps are left, and apparently the man cannot multitask. So...
Oh, so it's not a caster curse. All right, so it wasn't a caster curse. All right, I'm good then. I'm good. All right, go. Good to know, good to know.
Yeah, the man just can't multitask in that number 4 truck. And that has opened up the door for Evo, who's now closing in on him. You're welcome, Evo.
Yeah, but, I mean, the gap's close for sure, but I don't know how well it's gonna really last because 10 is. I mean, obviously it's proven that it's been very fast here. So I mean, I don't know, man.
Absolutely. 6 laps to go here in stage 1.
Yes, sir. I need a natural ticker for this. What is this? Just so I don't have to look at a stream. That'd be great.
But Evo trying to run down Tennessee right now, or is Tennessee going to continue his dominance at road courses?
James Snow's around in the front stretch. And he's going to get it going. Something must have happened to Bus Stopper, though, because he is far back. But, something must have also happened to Evo.
Evo getting passed by Keystone, and here comes Nick.
Now, my one only question with Nick is, does he have enough gas to make it?
That is true.
I have no idea. He never pitted. When the caution came out, so I don't know if he has enough gas. I don't know if he saved enough. Maybe he has, maybe he has not. I don't know.
That is true. I didn't think about that, but yeah, like you just said, he did not make that pit stop when all these other guys did. As we've got Nick around. Second time now, he has wrecked, battling for a top 3 position.
Yeah, I never saw it. I don't know if he got moved. I don't think he would have, because the way you said it, but he just needs to calm down, I guess. Just, not, obviously do his best, try not to spin the tires, but alright, a second time doing it. He need to change a little something when it comes to probably getting off the corner, is where I imagine he kind of lost it at.
Yeah. Yep, it was coming off of turn 11 right there at the pit road entrance. He spun it. But yeah, like you said, Nick needs to calm down, slow down, let everyone else make mistakes. But when you're Nick and you realize you're currently 17th in the point standings, you're gonna be, really pushing as you see him way off the track again back there.
And Ryuku. And it's funny because he only lost 2 to 3 spots, depending on if Evo was in front of him or not. But he only lost those 2 to 3 spots. But because he's right in front of Ryuku, he has a lot of track position and a lot of time to work with. So there's no real reason to do so. Yeah, he's 17th in points, but he'll be able to make up a lot of stuff as he's going down pit road, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir. 4 laps to go here in stage 1.
Well,
the good thing is,
have a battle.
Yeah, you're not going to get a good stage finish with points if you're Nick, but at least here, you're under absolutely no risk of going a lap down during a green flag pit stop. So that's always good.
Yeah, not only that though, but he honestly got an idea of if a situation happens where he doesn't need to pit, he can straight up not pit and still stay in the top spots. Mm-hmm. That's also something good to know.
Absolutely.
As well as for the field as well.
And we have got a heck of a battle back here between Eastwood and Pierce. If I'm not mistaken, that is for the 4th position. So these guys are putting up a big fight right now.
What's interesting, though, is that I feel like they've gotten a little closer to Keystone and Evo. And speaking of which, Evo got around Keystone again, but they've definitely closed the door. Not enough pace to catch them and pass them, but they've gotten closer. Mm-hmm. So that's something.
Absolutely, and we're getting word more issues for that 3 truck of Nick. We're going to try and get our camera to him, but he is currently battling Sheepdog and James Snow right now coming out of the bus stop. Nick, I'm not sure exactly what position he's in right now, but he needs these stage points. So if he's currently outside or really close to getting stage points, he needs to go.
Yeah, he just got around James Snow, and I think he'll be... I don't know if James Snow's going to get back to him. He might, but... Yeah, James Snow just overshot the corner, so I don't think he has to worry about him. But... And Buckstopper's right in front of him, so I think...
Buckstopper's around, and so does Nick! Both of them around on the front stretch! He was in the 13th position. Well, now he can kiss stage points goodbye.
Oh, that's honestly unfortunate.
Two
That's
laps to
not
go.
What you like to see.
Man. Definitely not the race that Nick was looking for right now. You know, don't get me wrong. There is still a ton of racing to go. And on stage racing. Yeah, stage racing and road courses, you don't know what's going to happen. Because here in a lap and a half, the entire field gets reset.
Yeah, so that's a good thing, for sure. But at the end of the day, you would love those points, but sometimes it just doesn't go in your favor. I can speak from experience on that one.
3 wide through the bus stop. Not Jay Black, but Buck Stopper, Nick, and Sheepdog. 3 wide. That was very interesting to watch.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's either 10 or Tuck. Back there. I think that's Tuck with Gordon. So
yes.
Something happened with him. I don't know what happened, but something bad happened with him. Unless he had the pit. I don't know, but
that could be.
Yeah.
But white flag is out here on stage number 1 here. Coming to the white flag now. Tennessee Titan coming through turns 11 and 12.
I mean, he's honestly been putting on a clinic. He's pulled away largely on Evo and Keystone, and I mean, he's just trying to show this field that it's going to be a tough day for them to try and pass him.
He's actually got lap traffic ahead of him, Gordon and Tuck. That is huge if you are a fan of that 20 truck.
Gordon's off the track, though, and Tuck nearly. But, yeah, this is... I don't think they'll come into play that much considering the gap, but the only thing that really will be questioning is, will 10 maybe let them stay on the lead lap?
Tuck getting
Or
lucky
not.
with another no cutting the track call. I don't know. He's there. So if he gets really good speed through turns 9, 10, and 11, he could be there heading into 12 and coming to the checkered flag. I mean, if you're Tennessee, you want to try and eliminate as many points that Tuck can get as possible. He is the current points leader.
That is true. But at the same time, you have to hope that Gordon can stay in front of him when you pass him.
Absolutely.
But
He's there.
He is there, but I don't know if he wants
enough.
to risk it, though. Yeah, if I'm him, don't risk it.
I don't know.
There's no reason
I
to.
thought for sure he was going to stick his nose under him. Tuck, really slow, coming out of 12. He's not going to get there. Tennessee's going to win stage 1. Tuck stays on the lead lap.
Well, not even that, but Tuck would have gotten the free pass if he got a lap down. So, it's not like...
That's true, yeah.
It would have mattered. Well, no, I think he may have gotten them.
I think he did give it to him because he ain't driving fast. On my screen, he was ahead of Tennessee.
Yeah, same here.
We're going to have to get word here.
Yeah, we got but the top 5 for stage points. And hopefully we'll get the top 10 in a little bit as Ronnie deals with race control. 10, obviously, your winner, Evo, got 2nd. Keystone 3rd. Pierce 4th. Eastwood 5th. 6th, Ryuku. 7th, Toaster. 8th, Blake. 9th, J Black. 10th, Baked Tater. With James Snell finishing in 11th. And missing out on stage points. Not any type of stage point, I should say. But, I guess you're back. Potentially.
Okay, we're getting word the reason the 20 truck was going so slow is he was not pitting and he was coasting to save fuel. So that is why Tuck was going as slow. He did not get lapped, and now he is restarting on the front row.
Interesting. That's very, very interesting strategies here. So he had to have pitted, which probably why I sent
That's
him
why
all
he
the way
was
back
back
there,
with
but-
Gordon.
Yeah, which that didn't really much help him, if I'm being honest here. Tennessee already passed him. And Keystone made it 3 wide.
Yeah, he did. Keystone wasting no time. Well, he saw what happens when Tennessee gets that open, clean air. He just leaves the pack behind as we've got, I think, Sheepdog way off the track out back.
Eastwood was off the track.
Maybe it
Yeah,
was
people
Eastwood,
like
not
Nick.
Sheepdog. I apologize. Oh,
I mean,
the
either
16
way.
of Blake Thomas, hard into the wall, comes back up the track. James
That's
Snow
right.
round in the bus stop.
Up, Eastwood as well had to stop. Wow. I don't know if that's going to be a caution. That could potentially be, but I don't know if everyone stopped or not.
We're getting word green flag stays out.
That is right call, because it almost seemed like there was only two, but I couldn't completely tell. But there's a lot of contact happening, and there goes Soapster. I think off the nose of Tuck.
Well, we know Tuck. He don't make friends on road courses. So, Tobster, another one of his victims.
That is unfortunate. I guess Tuck's gonna have a victim every week.
What
That's
is
something
it?
we have to bring up here.
What? Oh, it's several trucks knocked the hell out of the inside wall there. But what is it with Tuck attacking guys with that their PSN starts with a T? Tennessee, Tater, now Tobster.
Man, we either going into some Illuminati stuff or he's trying to spit out Sports Center facts right here. I don't know which, but Ryuku just went into the grass. Almost looked like he was going to lose it, but he didn't. But yeah, I think he just twisted this. I don't think he meant to, but I know there's a little bit of maybe stacking up going to the final corner, so that might be my guess. But Gordon's way back there again. I don't know what happened with him, but
Gordon hit the wall hard in turns 3 and 4. He hit that inside wall. His truck got really loose at the top of that hill.
Ooh, Nick kind of, I wouldn't say, I mean, he kind of hit Tuck. I don't know if he just meant to or what, but he kind of pushed Tuck out of the way and off the track a little. But to get whatever spot he's at, but which is actually 5th. But yeah, that happened.
We have got a heck of a battle for this lead right now. Tennessee has a mirrorful right now of that 17 Ford of Keystone Cowboy. He was confident in the pre-race, James. Well, he is showing that confidence is well deserved.
Oh yeah, I mean, he has a fast truck. There was honestly times where I felt like he was faster than Evo, and he has one of the fastest trucks. Yeah, most definitely can pass him. But if I had to assume, it almost seems like 10 has a little more of a long run type of truck. Even though his short run is super fast as well, I just feel like he does better once the long run hits. So we'll see if my theory is correct, but yeah, that's all I have to say for that.
Yep, now we got a battle between Sheepdog and James Snow back here heading down that long back stretch. Buckstopper, not sure exactly what happened to him, but he finds himself now way out back. Gordon, like you said, way behind the field here. He did not seem very confident in the pre-race. Well, I hate to say it, but that lack of confidence is carrying over into the race.
Yeah, it's not necessarily... This track has not necessarily been kind to him. And it is most definitely showing. I don't know. I think some of it might be bad luck. I haven't necessarily paid attention to most of it. But, again, just have to minimize mistakes. And you can somewhat tell who's able to minimize their mistakes and who's not.
Absolutely. And someone who's made a lot of mistakes so far this race, but still finds himself up there. And that is Nick in the 3. The man is now up here in the 5th position. And we have seen him spin out multiple times here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I've said, if you want a good points finish, you have to minimize mistakes no matter how good your truck is. Obviously, he did not get any stage points last stage. But just because your truck just because you don't minimize your mistakes doesn't mean that you can't be up front. If you have a fast truck like Nick, you can most definitely still get back out front. But you still have to work on minimizing your mistakes if you want to get a lot of points, especially in the position Nick's in. Just don't do what Tuck just did right behind him, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I was just about to say how Tuck is rebounding right now up to that 6th position, but can't say that no more, as he's now about to lose another position.
Around. Tater was around coming off the last corner. I don't know what happened there.
Caution is out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a caution. Tater was in it. I think James Snow might have been in it. Maybe even Sheepdog.
Right. We didn't do this earlier. Let's do it now. Tennessee, you got us, buddy.
Yeah, whatever, Ronnie.
All right, man. We didn't get to you at the end of the stage, but you won stage 1. Walk us through it real quick.
I'm not feeling the best today, but as always, I'm the road course ringer in this series. No matter where we go, no matter what road course, I'm usually pretty good there. So I've not had a lot of time with this one, but the truck's fast. I'm not making any adjustments, just slaughter 9, and having fun, to be honest.
Yes, sir. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, man. Consistency is key.
All right, well, we're getting word.
Boy.
Nick in the 3 truck did not pit. He missed pit road, and just not what you want to do right now if you're in that 3 truck.
Not what you want to do at all, but James Snow and Evo both pitted. I think maybe for fuel only. This is about to be interesting here.
Yeah, it is.
With 10 laps to go.
James Snow just about got into the back of Tennessee, and several trucks way off the track.
Yeah, it stacked up the field a little bit and screwed up some others. I think Pierce was one of them. Maybe even I wanted maybe Toaster. I don't know. I think there's a few blue trucks out there that ooh.
Yeah, and
This is about to be interesting. And Tuck just slams into James Snow.
James Snow way in the grass. They're 4 wide coming out of the bus stop.
Yeah, well, I think that debunks your theory of Tuck just taking out people with their PSNs that start with T, because he just gave a big pack to James Snow going into that corner. It was
missed it.
Sight to see.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that and see if it comes up on the broadcast, because I definitely did not see it. But now Tuck's still struggling 3 wide here through turns 10 and 11. Gets a bump from Ryuku.
Yeah.
And now Topster finds himself right in front of Tuck. Watch out, buddy. You got that name that starts with T. You better watch yourself.
Yeah, but James Snow didn't, and look what happened with
I
them.
think,
so I don't know.
James's middle name starts with a T, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, Sports Center, let's calm it down a little bit. Now,
wow, Tuck, slow down, buddy. He's going to come back onto the track. Holy cow.
What isn't a Sports Center fact is that Nick is still holding on to this lead. The beginning of runs, as 10 just goes completely off the track, I don't know why, or if he had help or not, but Nick is still holding on to this lead, and honestly, he's doing a pretty good job, especially since 10 and Evo were fighting for a little bit. Now it's 10 and Keystone. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you're Nick, I don't think you can make it the rest of the stage. So once again, he may have just taken himself right out of getting stage points.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, though, you have to hope for a caution. And with everything stacked up, it could potentially happen, right? So you have to stay out as long as you can. But you can't make mistakes like this. You just can't.
No, especially when you're still in contention. You know, I mean, he was up there in the top 5. He was going to get some decent stage points had he have held onto his position throughout the remainder of that stage. But, I mean, he's compacting all of his mistakes on top of each other here.
Yeah, and if he does not get a good points day, this would be an example that he says as to what happens when you have a fast truck that just can't minimize mistakes. Because he has a good truck. A truck that can most definitely contend for a win, but if you can't minimize your mistakes, you are not gonna have a good points day, let alone a victory.
Absolutely. Tater coming through that bus stop now. We saw Tater have speed as he's going to get drilled by James Snow. James Snow's going to get all sorts of out of whack there, but he's going to keep it going. That opens up the door for Tuck, but Tater showed good speed in the heat race. Held his own there with Nick for a while, but that speed just does not seem to be carrying over here into the races. Now he has got his mirror full of Tuck, who is going to drive it in deep. He's not going to get there, but we know.
Oh, wait, someone's around. That's Evo round.
Yeah, he is.
Evo's around.
Between 11 and 12.
Yeah, now he's finally going to be able to get it back around. I don't know what happened there, but...
Oh! Hard into the
10
wall
nearly
goes
lost
someone
it.
else.
The 10 almost lost it. He saved it, but... Oh, my gosh.
Tuck getting around Tater. Tuck.
Oh, J Black. Or, no, that's not J Black. That's Blake.
That's
hit the
Blake
inside wall
that
with
hit the
super
inside
slow.
wall, yeah. But Tuck getting a clean pass on Tater, but Tater's going to drive it deep into turn 5, and he's going to move Tuck up out of the way. Little bit of payback there maybe from Darlington in Iowa.
Payback for both. I mean, it might be just from one of the tracks, if we're being honest here, but... But no, reality, I don't think these drivers necessarily hate each other. I think it's just stuff that happened. Just, yeah, it's just racing stuff, but...
More contact. Yeah,
But yeah.
Those two races, Tater has found himself on the wrong side of the front bumper of Tuck.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But speaking of bumpers, right next to Nick's back bumper is the nose of 10's bumper. It's creeping up right to it.
Yes, sir. Nick's
As
going to
he
go really wide.
Yeah, he just put an accidental block on 10 as well. Oh, and the inside wall. Don't want to be hitting those. I don't think that works out for you.
Yeah, and that's such a very tricky part of this track, James. That
It
turn
is.
and then the very next one that they're coming into now, right at the top of the hills, your truck just gets so light, and that's exactly what it wants to do, is hook that hard left right into the inside walls because they're a left-hand turn, so it's a very tricky part of this track.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've never league raced here before, so yeah, I've raced it a little bit, just not league races, so I don't have as big of a feel, but yeah, I do think you're right. It's just, they are tricky corners nonetheless, and you do have to minimize your mistakes, and I see a 3 wide action between Tater, Tuck, and Blake that just happened, coming out the hairpin, and no one wrecked. Actually, nope, I'm wrong. There are 2 people wrong. Bug Stopper, Evo. They're in caution. No. Evo's still around. I know we're saying green, but that was big.
2 spins in the last 3 laps here for that 83
James Snow blew an
truck.
engine. James Snow is out of here. He must have blown an engine or something, but he is on pit road.
Yes, he is.
And staying there. It's unfortunate.
It is because, he seemed like he was having a pretty solid race. But Tuck getting back by Tater. And now Tater, contact, door slamming Tuck.
Interesting.
These two are not playing nice right now with those bumpers and door panels.
Not at
Tater
all.
gives him the front bumper.
Oh man, this is interesting. This is interesting developments here. I'm not gonna lie here. There's been so much action
Tater just about obliterated the back of Tuck.
I'm sorry, that noise was weird.
What is happening right now between these two? I know they got maybe a little bit of a rivalry brewing, but damn, this is lasting about 9 laps now.
I have to know what lap this is. I need to know for some purposes of my own, but
How many laps are left?
there are 4 laps to go. So
Coming to 3
around
laps to go this time.
Let's let me do a little something here. Just gotta do a little something here.
Why? You're welcome. We're getting some mean words from Race Control right now, saying how much they hate me right now for putting this track on the schedule. Well, you know what? Y'all might be hating it in those driver's seats, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are loving it up here.
And the thing is, like, I know road course racing is not the greatest here, but I do really believe, and this is my opinion, but I do think Canadian Tire is the easiest road course on this game aside from Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is easy, but I do feel like Canadian Tire is next. But since I don't know how many times we've ever been to Canadian Tire, as Nick hits the wall, but I don't know if we have ever been there. But I feel like just a lack of experience just hurts some of these drivers.
So, little bit of interesting here, James. You know how we thought maybe Nick was out of it for this stage because he didn't pit? He is now good to go to the end of this stage. So, while Tennessee was trying to get by him, Nick had saved just enough to now he can make it to the end of this stage.
Now, they just...
now... I thought for sure Nick!
Cuts the corner. Oh man, Race Control already cutting corners here.
Nick spins it!
The point. Oh no.
He's going to keep it going though. He's going to hold on to second for now.
I was going to say, as long as he minimizes mistakes, he's going to look like a genius with this strategy that he pulled off, but he just cannot afford to keep on spinning out. He just can't. Speaking of spinning out though, we have some slow trucks in the back. I don't know what happened, but I think something happened here.
Yeah, Evo cutting the corner there a little bit. Both of the bus stop. Oh, Sheepdog really cutting the corner. He's going to get a penalty, and someone else is going to T-bone him.
That was, I think, Gordon. I don't know if he had much control of the truck, but yeah, he got a penalty. That's unfortunate, but... yeah. Okay, that is what I thought. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 1.5 laps to go. It's not the Wi-Fi yet.
Yeah, and Tennessee has found his way around Nick, and he is leaving Nick behind now.
Yeah, obviously that spin doesn't help, but I think once 10 got around him, it was just going to happen regardless. But Nick is a little bit under fire from Keystone right now. And Pierce is not that far behind Keystone either.
We're getting word that 3 truck might not make it to the end now.
It almost tells me like, or it kind of tells me that at the current pace when he said that he was good to go, that he was able to make it. But now the spins and all that happened, I may have screwed him over a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to salvage some type of stage point so as we have 1 to go in the stage.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, hopefully he saved just enough to make it around one more time. I mean, if you got to let Keystone by, I mean, just do what you got to do to make it to the end. Salvage some points. Don't run out of gas because then you're out of points. Just try to get as many as you can, but Keystone's going to get by him for second. Actually, they're going to be side by side. Whoa, that was big by Keystone.
I think that might have been a little bit of a mix, though. I think Nick also came down and Keystone came up, or whatever you want to call it, but wow, look at Nick trying to make a power move here. Holy, what a move. But that just allows Pierce to come and knock on the door for second. And Toaster.
Does Nick have enough? Tennessee is going to continue to lead here on this white flag for stage. Oh, Nick, save it! He's going to spin!
Oh.
Nick spins it heading into turn number 10.
I don't know what happened there. I think he just overreacted a little bit. Toaster just slammed into the wall coming out the corner, but... Wow. Tuck again is in front of 10. I think he's going to do the same thing as he did last stage and just not pit. But, I don't know if this is finished yet, but...
Alright, we are back now. Tennessee Titan getting stage win number 2 here of the night. Can he continue to sweep and get himself the race win? But Tuck, once again here, little bit of strategy, I guess. It didn't work out for him the first time, James. Is it going to work out for him here this time?
Who knows? The green flag's in the air again.
Yes, it is. But right now, it is not working out for that 20 truck.
Yeah, but look at this. Pierce is up to second now. Someone who we've not really much seen in that second spot all day.
No, he's been battling most of the day with that 68 truck of Eastwood. But yeah, like you said, he's kind of worked his way up here. We got 3 wide. J Black way off the track back there in turn 6. But yeah, I mean, some of these guys have been working on their truck. Nick is going to save it. No, he's not. He's going to spin it. Heading into the bus stop. Several trucks around. Ryuku takes out the field. Evo's around. Nick's around. Blake Thomas saves it.
That's a caution.
Caution
no way
flags once again.
A game caution this time. That's... Wow. Interesting. I didn't think a caution was going to happen this soon, if I'm being honest here, but it clearly did. I'm just going to try to do some strategy here, because no matter what you're going to
green flag flies here once again. Pierce and Tennessee making contact.
A lot of contact. I don't know how much contact, but they are so side by side.
We're getting word that contact was because Tennessee was looking down at his gearbox to see what gear he was in. I told you, that man cannot multitask, and here comes Keystone into 17.
Yeah, it's... You gotta multitask, dude. You gotta multitask, but this is about to be interesting. They just overspent it.
Eastwood, Nick, Blake Thomas.
And those... I don't know if they're necessarily around, but that... Oh, I hear more contact, so I don't know.
Caution at the line.
Wow.
I didn't see any stopped trucks, but Race Control is calling caution.
I mean, there's a decent amount of trucks in the back that are, like, way off the pace, so I think that might be why.
Tuck way off the track.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, we are about to see our first manual caution of the night, as now Tennessee's going to work his way around Kisa. Tennessee's going to almost spin it, and he will spin it.
Wow, and Evo passes him, right? Coming to the line. Oh, my gosh.
And the caution flies as Tennessee spins it Now the game throws a caution. It doesn't throw it for 4 guys wrecking in a bus stop, and 1 guy hits the wall, it throws it. This game is amazing.
I know, right? But if we pit here, hopefully everyone pits. Oh my gosh, that just happened. Hopefully
Nick,
everyone
make sure you
pits. But if everyone pits, everyone should be able to make it. They should be just right on their number now.
Absolutely.
17,
I had to remind Nick there to make sure he pits this time.
Man, we have some like bias up here. We have an announcer telling someone to pit. Sounds like bias over here, but it's okay. It's okay. That is not what I wanted to do. Get back there.
And Nick did pit because now he's all the way out back. So it's going to be interesting to watch that 3 truck have to work his way up through the field. And now you got Tennessee as well.
Tobster did not pit.
Well,
this is going to be interesting.
I mean, I guess he's just hoping for a quick caution, I guess. As you see, Blake Thomas hit that inside wall and run some guys wide.
Yeah, and I think also Evo probably took fuel only or 2 tires or something because he's obviously in second. He was nowhere near that. Probably just trying to get the track position he once had back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, but
Jay Black is around. Yeah, I don't remember.
Pierce
didn't catch you.
ran into the outside wall at the buck stop by Tennessee, and that's going to cause everyone to stack up coming out of the bus stop.
It's weird because we honestly
Jay Black around again.
Man, that man just cannot catch a break. But it just seems like a decent amount of the good drivers here have been ramming people. Oh my gosh, Oh, that's a game caution.
Yep. Yeah, no, we had several guys around there, around turn 7 and 8.
Yeah, that just works out for Topster, though. Even though Evo looks like to be around him, Topster has that track position. He can pit if he wants to. He doesn't even have to. But 14 laps to go. If he stays out again, I think he'll be able to make it. I mean, Nick was able to make it from somewhere around here. And with this extra caution, Topster would probably be able to make it now. Barring he needs to save maybe a teeny bit, but I could be wrong in that.
Yeah, no, he's most definitely going to have to save a little bit, but even if you do, I mean, save now and go for the win later, you know? But, yeah, it's going to be interesting as he does pit. Or no, he didn't. I'm sorry. Topster did not pit.
I think he did. Nope. Most people did not did. Most people did not. Well, most people did not did. Oh, yeah, that's
good English.
For sure. But, there's still more contact, though. Sheepdog, I think, was on the inside wall.
Yeah, now Evo's going to lead Tuck side by side through 5 and 6 here.
Not Tuck, it's Topster, dude.
Oh, give me a break. It was the first time.
Yeah, but it's first... You've done it every single race, so at some point, I mean, I don't know. But this is going to be something we have to see here. Who's going to ram into who? Or will anyone ram into anyone? Well,
Blake Thomas sure did. Buckstopper cutting the corner, Tuck's around.
And there goes our champion, well, our points leader for the time being. Interesting. It doesn't look like the game's going to call it.
Nope, and race control says we stay green.
Because I think it was just him.
It was just Tuck.
Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, that's just how it is. Buckstopper, again, kind of cutting the corner, but losing a lot of speed. Someone else was doing so as well. G-Dog just hits Ryuko a little bit, and he makes him hit Buckstopper, and a lot of stuff happening in this back.
Buckstopper's around. Jay Black just barely missing him.
Not Gordon, though. Gordon hit that wall, out to that wall hard after he got contact from Buckstopper when he was around. Who just slammed? Tuck just... Jimmy Johnson did on Canadian Tire.
I think Tuck's kind of over this race.
I think he is, too. And I can't really say anything because I'd probably Jimmy Johnson it as well. But I don't know.
Now Keystone back here in the 5th position. Pierce making the big dive on the inside of the 52.
Honestly, didn't work, but
Not
I'll be
at all.
honest with you. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's like super difficult to pass here or what, but 10 has not had the greatest. He's not the greatest at passing here. I'll say that. He's had a team that struggle. He's always had to stay behind someone for what seems like 2 or 3 laps, and at a road course, that's a while. So I don't know how fast he'll get past Pierce as he puts a bumper to him, since Pierce, I'm pretty sure, hit the grass and was a little slow coming out that corner, but
Pierce is blocking Tennessee a lot right now.
I think a little bit of some accidental blocks and just hitting the grass and as a result losing speed, but I do think it's something to keep an eye on for 10 not being able to pass as well as his speed kind of shows. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that just needs to be thrown out there.
Nick putting a big bumper to Blake Thomas there, trying to move him up out of the way.
Oh, Sheepdog just lost it. In the
Sheepdog
grass, he
was
didn't
getting
collect
bumped
anyone.
by someone, if I'm not mistaken.
He may have, but I think he may have spun by himself there. Which, speaking of which, I don't know what happened to Keystone, but there's a big gap between him and 10 right now.
Yeah, and 10, like you said, just cannot seem to get around Pierce in the 23. And that's got to be frustrating Tennessee right now. You go out here and you win stage 1 and 2. Clearly, you've got the best truck, as he's going to drill the back of the 23 truck.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I've raced with the 23 for a long time. It is not easy to get around him. Sometimes it is best maybe just use the bumper. It might be best because he is almost somewhat of a Ryan Newman, but Tim might be able to just get around him.
Yeah, he's going to get around him there. Pierce ran 12 a little too wide, and that opened up the door for Tennessee. But now, if you're Pierce, got a little paying back to do if you're that 23 truck to that 4 truck. I mean, several laps in a row, you're getting your back bumper beat in. Now it's time to maybe pay it back.
I think that was Blake that just spun in turn 2. Yeah, there's a
Caution
now. Yeah, I think it came out with Blake. I know he just drilled the outside wall in the turn 2, or coming off of turn 2 in the bottom of the hill, so that might have been part of it. But everybody right now is going to be able to make it. I'm just going to say that right now. This is just now a matter of who's going to stay out for the track position, who's going to come in the pits and get the fresh Goodyear tires. Which seems like some people are, but not everyone is.
You know, and this is pretty unfortunate for that 4 truck because he just got by Pierce, right? Well, now he's starting on that outside, which is going to cost him at least a position or 2 on this restart.
Yeah.
So he is going to have to try and fight his way back by that 23 truck.
Yeah. The top 8, by the way, did not pit. So basically, half the field did not pit, half the field did pit. So it's going to be a battle to see if fresh tires can climb back up in the field and potentially win this race.
Yeah, and Tennessee way overshot that one. That's going to push 23 way off the track, and they're all going to try and form. The 52 is going to come back up into 4th. He was in 2nd, but now he's falling back to 4th after going really wide off of 4.
Well, yeah.
Pierce through the grass. Topster really late on the brakes. He's going to overdrive the bus stop. Tennessee's going to get his nose cut off by Evo and has to jump out, and that's going to stack everyone up behind him, and here comes Topster in the 52. Evo putting a huge block on the 4 truck coming out of the bus stop. He knows if Tennessee gets by him, there goes his win.
I want to point out something. Keystone, I'm pretty sure, was one of the people who just took 4 tires, and now he's up to 3rd. He might have that truck right now. Oh, Topster just... Interesting.
How many laps are left? 4 laps to go. And Tennessee
Yep.
Titan back in the lead. Here comes Keystone through the grass.
Yeah. Keystone, like I said, that was one of the drivers who pitted. So, I'm pretty sure you'll probably have the 4 fresh tires. I don't know if he'll be able to catch 10. He's been so fast, and tires has been
Toaster
something, but not much.
hooks a hard left and takes out several guys out back, taking out Nick with them.
I don't
Gordon
know
cautions
if he-
out.
Yeah.
We may have a green-white checker.
We're probably going to. There's only 4 laps. And if I'm being honest here, I think because Toaster got into the grass right before he hooked that quote-unquote hard left, I think he just got loose and just couldn't save it. And just, Nick was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And once again, that 4 truck is going to have to hold his own on that outside line heading into turn 1.
Against someone who has, well, I'm pretty sure there's going to be fresher tires than the 4 truck as well. That's going to make it worse.
Yeah, we're getting word. It is going to be a green-white checker finish here at Canadian Tire. NEXXTCAR Overtime, the first one of the season, and it's here at the first road course of the season. Green flag is back out, white flag next time by.
Unless we get to a second overtime.
Which
could
very well
happen.
could be. Tennessee holding his own very well, but here comes Keystone. Pierce overdrives it, opening up the door for Evo and Eastwood.
Yep, look at Keystone, though. He got around him. And, oh my gosh, there is a lot happening behind them.
Keystone, big block on Tennessee. Keystone knows he needs these points. He's currently sitting 3rd, but here comes Tennessee.
Ooh.
Way hard into the brakes there, into the bus stop.
I mean, he made up some ground from that, so I wasn't actually that bad. It just looked a little
Somehow.
worse, but
Here he goes,
Well, I
looking
mean, he's
on the
right
right
there, though.
side, but Keystone's going to run him in towards the wall.
looking on the outside now. He has that momentum, which is surprising, even after the contact.
Keystone pushing him back into the grass. Keystone knows what is on the line right now.
Oh, there's contact even behind us. I don't know what exactly happened there, but
Evo back up to 3rd, and here comes Nick up to 5th. White flag in the air here at Canadian Tire. One more time around this 1.8 mile track.
also sponsored by W, by the way. There you go.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Tennessee Titan won stages 1 and 2, but now he finds himself having to find his way around Keystone, who is looking to try to win here in his returning season to NEXXTCAR.
Keystone nearly left it open for him, too. I don't know if he just overdrove the corner, but you do not want to do that, especially for 10. He will make you pay. Ooh.
Tennessee
There's a-
trying to get a better exit off of that second bus stop. He's not going to get it. Maybe he is. He's there. Keystone, kind of a sitting duck right now, heading down this long backstretch with this draft. He is going to have to mirror drive and block, which is exactly what you see him doing now.
Good, but you just left the door open for the inside, but 10 wasn't able to capitalize.
He was
He
not.
was in the grass.
Evo is looking like he's going to hold on for 3rd. Here they come out of the final turn. We saw that being the deciding factor in the heat race. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. It's going to be Tennessee getting it at the line.
Wow.
Tennessee Titan
Oh my
getting it done here at Canadian Tire at the line.
What a finish. Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. There you go, NEXXTCAR. I said it.
I'm surprised Keystone kind of left that door open for him.
Wow.
I
Top 3 finishers.
don't know if he just tried to do the best he can. I don't know if he just left it open because of a little bit of a lapse or just the way he took the corner in. But he just kind of left it open for 10 to just take advantage of, and obviously he got it.
Let's get a replay. Well, tempers are flaring right now, boys.
Oh, when aren't they? Let's be honest.
Fastest lap of the race is gonna go to Tennessee Titan. But
Not
we're
surprised.
gonna be right back here to bring you post-race interviews here from Canadian Tire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the post-race interviews from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Starting it off with our third place finisher, Evo. What a rebounding race you had here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, kind of started off the season at the Daytona race, and I guess been out for Truck Series for a while. I forgot it was custom setups, but going from that to the first race to Darlington to tonight, I knew I had to get back on my horse and show some of these guys that, hey, I may be the thing of the past, and I might be the leader in the wins, but I'm here to compete with y'all, and I want true competition instead of just going in week and week out and just dominate. But I feel like with this group of guys that we have, it's a lot more talent than when Nick, myself, and Keystone were on dominant streaks, that we actually got to fight for these wins now.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. You definitely had a fight on your hands tonight. You got caught up in a couple spins. It looked like for a little bit there, this was not going to be your night. Well, you certainly turned it around.
Well, especially at road courses. I mean, how you have to turn in that inner road course driver in you where, boy, I'm not just making a left-hand turn here. I got to go right, figure out my shifting points. And at the start, I was getting in a rhythm, getting in a pace, had some fun battling with Keystone. But in the second stage, I looped myself coming to the final turn and thought, well, fuck, there goes my night. But during the last stage, I definitely started making my momentum, started catching heads, and was okay, now I can get back in my rhythm.
Absolutely. And yeah, once you got into your rhythm, you were on a roll. So how does this affect you heading into next week's race?
Next week's race, I mean, it's gonna be a bigger boost motivator of that I'm able to run up front with 10, Pierce, Tuck, Nick, Keystone again, and run with some other guys too. Of hey, I got my mojo back, I got my confidence rolling. It's just a matter of time until I finally get that one win underneath my belt again and get back in that rhythm of hopefully winning multiple times instead of just like a one-trick pony.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But solid race from you tonight, and we'll get back to you here in a second, buddy. But moving on to our second place finisher. You talked about it in the pre-race, Keystone. You were looking forward to this race coming down to a drag race. You've mentioned Austin Dillon. Unfortunately, you were on the receiving end of that drag race, not going your way. But man, what a race you put together tonight.
Yeah, I'm really just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, I mean, that race, it looked like your strategy was working out perfectly. Turn 12, we saw that in the heat race be the deciding factor. Was that going through your mind heading into that turn?
No, but it was the grass.
On the exit?
Yep. Well, entrance and exit.
Gotcha. Well, you came into tonight's race sitting third. Tuck struggled tonight. There's no doubt about it. That man could not get a good rhythm down. How does this kind of, I know it didn't end how you wanted it to, but how does this kind of build up momentum heading into Bristol next week for you?
It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. But all right, let's move on to your race winner, Tennessee Titan, getting it done for the first time this season after going back-to-back champions. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, Ronnie. How about yourself?
I'm excited, man. I'm happy. That was a hell of a race. For the first time here at this track in a very long time, you guys put on one heck of a show here tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a fun race. Coming in this race, we didn't know what would really come out with it. It's a whole new track. We've never really ran here, or at least I haven't. So it's been a while if NEXXTCAR's been here since they've been here. Got a very, very small practice yesterday. Busy day today. I'm not gonna lie, not feeling great, but got in the truck, thankfully, pushed myself to get in it, and didn't know what I would have for the boys tonight. I know the history of NEXXTCAR kind of shows me as a road course specialist, kinda. Every time we come here, usually I do really well, but I didn't know because, like I said, we never ran here, but truck had a lot of speed. I don't know if I was necessarily the quickest. I was definitely one up. I was one of the most consistent. I didn't really make any mistakes tonight. I thought I had lost the race there at the end. I thought Evo had it, and then he messed up. And I thought Keystone had it. He put two really strong blocks on me that last lap, and honestly, I thought that was it. The only way I was going to pass him was that last turn if he went wide, and I arced the corner, and that's exactly what happened, and got the run. Didn't think I was going to get him, but got by a nudge. So sadly, I won't do my usual, yell, but I'm pretty freaking happy about this one.
Absolutely, yeah. Finally dethroning Tuck, who won the first 2 points-paying races. Now you add your name to the winners list. James, you got anything for our first and third place finisher tonight?
Oh boy. That was an interesting race, to say the least. You can take that as how you want, because it probably could go both ways. But, yeah, honestly, you guys were definitely some of the fastest trucks. Definitely deserve these top 3 or podium finishes for sure. Hopefully you guys can keep it up at Bristol, as that's a completely different track in general. But I got some confidence that you guys can most definitely make some noise there. Especially since I'm pretty sure, if I'm looking at this right, Evo's the only person in NEXXTCAR Truck Series history to win at Bristol, and he's done so twice. So I think both of you guys can most definitely make some noise here. So, in advance, good luck for that one.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Bristol, baby.
can I put one thing before we
What you got?
sign off here? I did want to say to Keystone, I know he's upset right now, but hell of a race to the man. I've been on multiple ones like that where you lose it out just at the end. Heck, he's beat me the exact same way at Iowa before in one of NEXXTCAR's best finishes ever. So I know he's upset about it, but hell of a drive for the man. He sounds like he's excited for Bristol. I'm not. That is not a track I really like. I'm just hoping to finish on the lead lap. But good race by the man. I hope he can go back and watch this race and kind of have a little smile on his face, because that was a hell of a finish.
Absolutely, yeah. He put on one heck of a show, and just like you guys. But yeah, first time heading north of the border for quite a few seasons here in NEXXTCAR, Ontario, Canada, putting on another fantastic show. Bristol has got a lot of big shoes to fill here next weekend when NEXXTCAR Truck Series heads there for 200 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway. We've seen Bristol provide some great racing here in the past, and I have no doubt it can provide more here next week. But that is going to do it for us here in NEXXTCAR Racing League for the Truck Series broadcast from Canada. Have a good one, everybody.
Boogity boogity.